Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, we're gonna talk about what are the signs that you've been living in Singapore for too long. I've been here for 3 years, and I made a list of the signs that you've been here for too long. Of course, I'm gonna keep it short because I believe there are a lot of things, but let's just talk about the important ones. And if you didn't subscribe for my channel, please subscribe for my channel now. Support me and let's start. Should we start with my favorite sign? Complaining about everything under the sun. Literally complaining about everything all the time. And I have to say that I love this because it's just so me. And when I came to Singapore and I actually realized that everyone around me is complaining about everything, I was like, oh, okay, I belong here. This is my place. Saying that the government will fix it, the government will take care of it. If you say that, trust me, you've been in Singapore for too long. When you're in Chinatown and you can smell the durian from like 100 meters and you're like, whatever. When you go in Marina Bay waterfront for a run and you see everyone taking pictures of Marina Bay, the first time when you actually go there and you don't photograph the place, this is the moment when you've been in Singapore for too long. Like if you go to Marina Bay and you don't take a picture, like, excuse me, are you even living in Singapore? Does it count that you're living in Singapore? A sign that you've been living in Singapore for too long is when you actually drink Milo instead of coffee. When you actually add Milo to everything. When you have Milo cakes, Milo cookies, Milo everything, you know. This is when you've been living in Singapore for too long. Oh my God, it's something that I hope I will never do, but eating McDonald's for breakfast. Ordering McDonald's for breakfast. Yes, it's a very Singaporean thing, but I just prefer having like a banana. You've been living in Singapore for too long when you go out and you're like, oh my God, I forgot my wallet. And then you're like, don't worry lah, I cannot pay cash anyway. True story. I will show you another sign of if you're staying in Singapore for too long. You have this. You keep a plastic bag full of plastic bags. Yes, everyone does that here. You've been living in Singapore. If you actually keep your shoes outside. No, I don't do that. I prefer having my shoes somewhere safe, somewhere where no one else can touch them, only me, okay? Another thing is that when you actually go to someone else's place and they're like, please come in, you can keep your shoes, and you're like, what do you mean? Keep my shoes? Are you crazy? I have to remove my shoes. Are you out of your mind? Wait, let me take off my shoes and then I will enter, please. This is how I pay respect to your house. Yes. Do you know what's another thing that if you do that, you've been staying in Singapore for too long, is when you stop dressing up to go to Orchard or to Marina Bay or wherever. When you put your yoga pants, your slippers, and you go around the city with your working out mat, this is when you've been here in Singapore for too long. Singapore made me stop wearing my favorite clothes. This is why I only now own an umbrella of my own here in Singapore. And I bring it everywhere with me. And it doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's sunny, 35 degrees, and I am walking half dead to the MRT. The umbrella became my best friend here. Yalla. Can. Guys, if you actually use can or cannot, whenever you can, this means you've been in Singapore for too long. I tell you a story from the other day. I was chatting with a website technical support, and I believe it was like in the US, and I was like, can or cannot? And then I'm like, whoa. I had to say like, is it possible for you that? Can you please help me do that? And I'm like, can or cannot? Like, please. Yes, this is my favorite. I really say can or cannot all the time. When you land in Singapore and the Singapore Air is telling you, dear Singaporeans and Singapore residents, welcome home. And I'm like, thank you. This is a sign that you've been in Singapore for too long. When you actually start talking about Singapore as if it's your own home country, and you support it, and you love it, and you make everything for its well-being. Yes, I've been in Singapore, I believe, for too long. Yeah, you see me doing this a lot, because if you've been in Singapore for too long, you have no problem going to the local Korean saloon in the MRT and pay $10 for a haircut during your lunch break between running errands, because you're like, I don't feel like paying $60 for a haircut. I don't feel like taking the MRT for 40 minutes to go to have my haircut. No, I go in the MRT and pay $10 for my haircut. And the last one, guys, which I am really trying to apply in my life, is if you've been in Singapore for too long, you actually stop complaining how expensive it is. I don't know how long I have to stay here for me to stop complaining about the alcohol cost, but trust me, I've been here for 3 years, and what? I mean, I'm still complaining when I have to pay $40 for a bottle of wine that tastes like my shoe. Okay, so yeah. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for my channel. I hope that it was fun for you to watch. Please share with me in the comments if you have any other sign or habit that would show that you've been in Singapore for too long. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.